Ladies and gentlemen, Captain speaking from the bridge with an update on the progress made with our navigation current, weather condition and forecast. Our position at noon, latitude 22 degrees 16 north, longitude 087 degrees 90 west. On the southwest part of the Gulf of Mexico, following a southeasterly heading towards the Yucatan Channel. The closest point of land is Isla of Cabo 14 on our starboard underneath our keel. We will transit the Yucatan Channel in about a couple of hours in the early hours of the afternoon. Yucatan Channel that is dividing the Yucatan Peninsula, Mexico from Cuba, and is the one that is splitting the Caribbean Sea to the south and the Gulf of Mexico to the north. It's just over 200 kilometers or 120 miles wide, with a depth of the water of 2,080 meters into the center. Since our departure from Aldo, we covered this of 602 nautical miles at a speed of 14.5 knots, having a remaining 220 nautical miles to run until we arrive in Mayola, Costa Maya, Mexico tomorrow. The plan is for the early hours of the afternoon to transit the Yucatan Channel. We will have more southerly courses, and then afternoon, evening and overnight more southwesterly courses until we're actually approaching Mayola, boarding the pilot around 7 o'clock in the morning in order to be outside by 8. Weather-wise, at the present, we are experiencing southeasterly wind at about 20, occasionally 25 knots. Skies have a few clouds around, and we do have a slight to moderate sea with a short low swell. The outside temperature record is 28 degrees Celsius, 82 Fahrenheit. Sea temperature warmed up is 30 degrees Celsius, 86 Fahrenheit. Latest weather forecast for tomorrow in Costa Maya. The majority report are giving us light wind about 5 to 15 knots, some of them from the southeast, some other are more on the westerly sector. Sky are going to remain partially cloudy. There are some reports that are giving us the possibility of showers, particularly in the afternoon. Temperature ranges for tomorrow between 23 to 27 degrees Celsius, 17 degrees Fahrenheit. Sun tonight is going to set shortly after 1800 p.m. and rise again tomorrow morning at 7. Proceeding with the tradition of Radar Princess, so the nautical trivia of the day. Today we're talking about the area of the vessel where we drive this beautiful ship, which is the bridge. Well, surprising as it may seem, the terminology bridge, when referring to a ship, is relatively new, originating actually from the days of the early paddle wheel steamers. Back then, for the duty watch to keep an eye on this new means of propulsion for that time, it was necessary for the officer on deck to walk from one side of the ship to the other one at regular intervals. This in itself, it could be a tricky exercise, as the decks were often covered with cargo, ropes and all sorts of obstacles. Some enterprising sailor then came up with a great idea of placing a walkway between the two paddle wheels, in effect bridging the gap between them. From here, it was soon discovered that this platform or bridge formed a very good way of monitoring the progress of the ship. And so, with the passing of time, more and more navigational equipment was actually installed on the bridge to allow the officer on watch to monitor what was going on. On board our Rare Princess, the bridge is located on deck 14 all the way forward. Ladies and gentlemen, that's it for today. Whatever you're up to, by all means, with the entire ship's company, we do wish you to enjoy the second day at sea on board our always friendly Regal Princess. Thank you for your kind attention. Ladies and gentlemen, the time is now 12 o'clock noon. A very good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Captain speaking from the bridge with an update on the progress made with our navigation, current weather conditions and forecast. Our position at noon today in latitude 25 degrees at 35 minutes north, longitude 0 and 9 degrees at 35 minutes west, navigating in the heart of the Gulf of Mexico with a northwesterly heading. Since our departure from Cozumel yesterday, we covered a distance of 393 nautical miles at a speed of 20 knots, having a distance to run of 344 nautical miles until we arrive in Galveston tomorrow. The present depth of the water is 2,890 meters, equivalent to 9,478 feet of water. The plan is to maintain this northwesterly heading for the rest of the afternoon, and overnight will approach the port of Galveston from the southeast, aiming to board the local harbor pilot tomorrow morning around 5:30 in order to be alongside our assigned dock by 7 o'clock in the morning. Throughout the evening and overnight, many oil rigs and platforms will be visible on each side of the vessel. That is what is rendering this area famous for the oil industry, in addition to oil tankers and variety of ships that are actually involved in this type of industry. Weather-wise, at the present we are experiencing winds that are from the northerly quadrant at about 10 knots. Sky mostly sunny with few clouds around. Seas are light with a short low swell, and the outside temperature recorded is 30 degrees Celsius, 86 Fahrenheit. The lowest temperature we're going to have later in the evening and overnight will be 23 degrees Celsius, 73 Fahrenheit. Forecast for tomorrow in Galveston are giving us a report of wind from the south at about 15 to 20 knots. Sky are reported to remain pretty much sunny with few clouds around, and upon arrival and in the hours in the morning, the temperature will remain at about 23 degrees Celsius, 73 Fahrenheit. Sun tonight is going to set at 18:15 and rise again tomorrow morning at 6:20. Another important information, ladies and gentlemen, as we are returning back to Texas, and we need to align the ship's time with the local time. Therefore, ladies and gentlemen, tonight at 2 o'clock in the morning, ship's clock will be set by 1 hour back. Please do remember to adjust your watches accordingly before you do retire. Maintaining the tradition, Regal Princess, of providing the nautical terminology that we use on board, today we're talking about the practice of ringing the 8 bells, and that is the nautical trivia of the day. Well, the practice of ringing the bells at sea is as old as the bells themselves, and originate from the importance to observe some form of timekeeping to facilitate the smooth running of the ship. As clocks or watches back then were out of the ordinary reach of the sailor, the time was actually measured by using a set glass. It was left to one of the sailors themselves to be responsible for turning the glass, with the most common piece of timing of doing it every half an hour. It became custom then to sound the bell every time that the said glass was actually turned, and as the period of duty was, and it is nowadays the same, into 4-hour watches, the marking of the end of the watch was actually by doing the ringing of the bells 8 times. It was also custom that at the end of the watch, in addition to sounding the 8 bells and providing that everything around the vessel was in a good order, to have the sailor to shout 8 bells and all is well. And indeed, ladies and gentlemen, today is the last day of your cruise. Really would like to thank all of those of you for being on board our beautiful ship. A special thanks for those that have been choosing us for the very first time. We are absolutely honored that you choose us. And as a special thanks for all those that have been sailing with Princess before. We are absolutely delighted that you are back with us. As Charles Dickens used to say, the sadness and pain of departing and leaving is nothing in comparison of the great joy of meeting again. And by all means, ladies and gentlemen, we truly look forward to see you again and again on any of our Princess cruise ships all around the world. Enjoy your last day on board with all the activities that have been arranged, and as always, have a fantastic time on board our beautiful Regal Princess. Thank you for your kind attention.